This is Johnny with Rudomatic here on the Abbay Way. Taking a look at this sewer line 287. The tap to the city main is in decent shape. It's concrete pipe through the street. We do have some things to point out at each joint. You know, there is a little bit of, some of the pipe is deteriorating a little bit. I just want to pull that, bring that to mind. The aggregate is showing through because the cements are being washed out of the pipe itself. So you see here on the left there's a little bit more than the rest, and it's just slowly getting eaten away. And I would imagine this concrete pipe could probably last for another 10 to 20 years, but I do want to bring that to everybody's attention that it's nearing the end of its life. Then here is where the real problems start. We have some cast iron. I've marked this out in the yard, so I know we're in the yard of this house, the front yard, and there's a spot here where we're in a belly. We're underwater. And shoot. I need to run some water, clean off the camera, so let me pause this. Okay, so this spot, I have marked this out. The pipe is, it's holding a couple inches of water, and then we're getting into Orangeburg pipe. This Orangeburg has quite a few holes through the bottom of the pipe, quite a few blisters and whatnot. Anybody that's dealt with Orangeburg understands all of this stuff, but basically the pipe is made out of wood fiber and tar, and over time it just washes away, like you see here on the right hand side. There's quite a few spots where I could see through the bottom of the pipe, like even this spot here. So I'll stop at a few of those as we go along, but all of these, on the left and the right, those are holes through the pipe. So we got water leaking into the ground, and this is something that should be replaced, just because it'll just keep getting worse. And all these holes through the bottom at some point cause clogs and cause all sorts of issues. So Orangeburg, there we go. Got one there. All day long you can just see how there's these holes through the bottom. That's one right there. But all these bumps are where water's being absorbed by the wood fiber and expanding, kind of like a cabinet that gets wet. So you can see that hole through the bottom there. So I'd highly recommend this Orangeburg pipe be replaced, just because it's failing and there's water. You got sewer water draining into the ground, which is a problem, but also the pipe's just going to continue to get worse, and it's this is all failures. And then we've got that belly that's causing clogs also. So at any rate, there's the clean out underneath this tree to the left of the front door. And any questions, feel free to give me a call.